I woke up on Christmas morning feeling like my chest was full of broken glass. I kept telling myself it was just another holiday, but my hands shook as I pulled on my coat. I hadn't seen my family in months, and every mile home felt heavier than the last. When I reached the porch, I whispered, "You can do this," even though I didn't believe it. The door opened before I knocked. Mom breathed out my name like a prayer, and Dad stared at me like I'd already done something wrong. "You finally decided to show up," Dad said. His voice sounded tight, like he'd rehearsed a line. "I'm here, aren't I?" I said. Luke walked in behind him with a smirk. "Look who returned from the dead." "Knock it off," Mia snapped. "He just got here." Aunt Joan hugged me, so hard I almost cried. "Dinner's getting cold," Mom said, brushing my arm like she wasn't sure I'd pull away. I didn't, but part of me wanted to. The house looked the same. The lights, the wreath, the old piano. But everything felt staged, like we were all pretending nothing was broken, that we sat at the table, and I felt every eye on me. Dad kept looking my way with a strange mix of anger and victory, like he knew something I didn't. I tried to focus on the food, but my stomach twisted every time his chair creaked. "So, Evan," Dad said, tapping his fork against his glass, "you plan on staying long?" I wasn't aware there was a limit, I answered. Luke snorted. "Dad's just asking. No need to get jumpy." "I'm not jumpy," I said. "I'm just eating." Mom whispered, "Please don't start." But Dad wasn't done. He kept studying me like I was a puzzle missing a piece. Every time our eyes met, my chest tightened. I tried to ignore it, but the tension pressed down on the room like heavy snow on a weak roof. "Richard," Mom murmured, "maybe save it for later." "Save what?" I asked. Dad didn't blink. "You'll hear soon enough." Aunt Joan frowned. "If you have something to say it without ruining dinner." "Oh, I'll say it," Dad replied. "I've waited long enough." My heart thudded once hard. Mia whispered, "Please don't do this tonight." Dad ignored her. He stood, raised his glass, and cleared his throat like this was some holiday toast. "I have an announcement," he said. The room froze. Even Luke stopped chewing. I swallowed. "What kind of announcement?" Dad looked straight at me, and something inside me told me to run. But I didn't move. He said, "Evan is not my biological son." The words hit like a hammer. Mom gasped. Aunt Joan dropped her fork. Mia started crying. Luke whispered, "Finally." I couldn't breathe. "Dad, what are you talking about?" I finally managed. "You heard me," he said. Mom shook her head, tears spilling. "Richard, please, no," he snapped. The truth needed to come out. I stared at him. "Why now?" Dad didn't answer. He just looked proud of himself, like he'd won something. I waited for Mom to deny it, to stand up and shout that it was a lie. Instead, she covered her face with shaking hands. I whispered, "Mom." She didn't look at me. That silence told me everything. Everything I thought I knew about my life cracked open at once. Dad sat back down like he'd just announced the weather. I kept staring at Mom, waiting for her to explain, to fight for me, to say anything that made sense. But she didn't. She just cried, and I felt myself slipping into a place I didn't recognize. "Evan," Mom whispered at last, "please look at me." But I couldn't. The room was spinning, voices crashing together, forks clattering, chairs scraping, everyone talking except the person I needed the truth from. I whispered, "Why didn't you tell me?" She said nothing, and that silence felt louder than any scream. I sat there frozen while the chaos grew around me. But all I could see was my mother's trembling hands. I felt something inside me break, slow and sharp, leaving me hollow. I stumbled out into the cold air, the sound from the dining room still echoing in my ears. Dad's words chased me onto the porch, sharp as ice. Mia followed me first, grabbing my sleeve. "Evan, please don't go yet," she said. I shook my head because my voice wouldn't work. Then Mom appeared in the doorway, crying so hard she couldn't form a sentence. I backed away. "Don't," I said. "Not right now." Dad stood behind her with that stiff, proud posture, like he'd done something noble. Luke leaned on the wall, arms crossed, enjoying the show. "You wanted the truth," Luke said. "Now you have it." "I never asked for any of this," I said. Dad stepped forward. "You should be grateful I didn't hide it forever." "Grateful? You humiliated me in front of everyone." I said. "Better now than later," he replied. Mom reached for me again. "Evan, please come inside. We can talk privately." You had 22 years to talk to me privately, I said. Mia whispered, he's right, Mom. Dad snapped, stay out of it, Mia. She flinched. I stepped between them. Don't talk to her like that. Dad's eyes hardened. You don't get to give orders in my house. Your house. I said, guess that explains why you threw me out of your life so easily. He didn't deny it. Instead, he said, a man deserves to know who his real son is. So Luke gets to be your trophy, and I get to be your mistake. I asked. Pretty much, Luke said with a smirk. Mom cried louder. Stop it, both of you. I ignored Luke. When did you even take a DNA test? Dad hesitated. A few months ago. And you never told me? I asked. Why would I, he said. I needed proof before confronting your mother. I looked at Mom. Is it true? She covered her mouth and nodded. My throat tightened. Why didn't you tell me yourself? I was afraid of losing you, she whispered. Well, you lost me anyway, I said. She broke down. Dad grabbed her arm. Helen, enough. The boy needs to hear the truth. Stop calling me the boy. I'm your son, I said. You're not, he said calmly. That calm hurt worse than shouting. Aunt Joanne rushed outside. Richard, what is wrong with you? I told the truth. That's all, Dad said. She turned to me. Honey, come stay with me tonight. I just need air, I said. Mom sobbed. Please don't leave like this. How else do I leave after what you did? I asked. He's too dramatic, Dad muttered. You blew up my life at dinner. I'm dramatic? I snapped. Luke snorted. Honestly, Evan, you should thank Dad for telling me. Thank him for humiliating me. I asked. At least now you know why you never fit in, Luke said. Luke, shut up. Mia yelled, but he only grinned. I looked at Mom. Who is my real father? I don't know where he is now, she whispered. So I'm just supposed to accept that everything I knew was a lie. I said. Dad answered, accepting truth is part of becoming a man. Then be a man and admit you handled this horribly, I said. His jaw tightened. Go cool off, Evan. Mom whispered, please stay. I can't, I said. Not tonight. I turned toward the street. Mia hugged me from behind. Text me, okay? I will, I said. Aunt Joanne touched my shoulder. You don't deserve this. Dad closed the door behind him without another word. Mom stood there crying into her hands. I walked away, each step colder than the snow. I kept walking until the house lights faded behind me. My breath came out in sharp clouds, and every step felt heavier than the last. I whispered, what am I supposed to do now? But the night didn't answer. My phone buzzed with messages I couldn't read. I just kept moving, trying to outrun the truth. But no matter how far I went, Dad's words followed me like a shadow. Still, I couldn't stop walking away. I ended up circling the neighborhood 3 times before I finally forced myself to walk back toward the house. I wasn't going inside, I just wanted my things. When I stepped onto the porch, Dad was already waiting, a cardboard box in his hands. You're early, he said, as if I had an appointment. I just came to grab my stuff, I said. Good. Makes this easier. He shoved the box into my chest that I stared at. You already packed my things? Only what belonged to you, he said. Didn't want you taking anything that wasn't earned. I laughed once, stunned. Are you serious right now? Don't raise your voice, he warned. I stepped inside anyway. My room door was wide open, drawers pulled out, posters torn from the walls. It looked like a stranger lived here, someone who didn't matter. Mom rushed in behind me. Evan, please don't think this was my idea. You let him do this, I said. I tried to stop him, she whispered. Dad appeared at the doorway. He's not staying in this house. This needed to be done. I pointed at the mess. By destroying my room? Cleaning it, he corrected. Luke leaned against the hallway wall, arms folded. I told him you'd overreact like this. I faced him. And you enjoyed every second, didn't you? He shrugged. Maybe I did. Mia, push him away. Stop acting like you're helping. Dad snapped. Mia, go to your room. No, she said. You're being awful. Dad stepped toward her, but I moved between them. Don't yell at her, because you can't handle what you did. It's my house, he said. My rules. Then follow your own rules and act like a father, I replied. His face darkened. I'm acting like a father, finally. Mom grabbed his arm. Richard, please, enough. He pulled away. No, I'm done pretending. I won't spend another dollar raising someone else's child. Her voice cracked. He's still our child. No, he's your mistake. Dad shouted. The words slapped the air. Mom covered her mouth and cried again. I whispered, I don't even know who you are. Dad didn't blink. Pack what's left and leave before midnight. Midnight, I echoed. You're 22. You don't belong here. I did this morning, I said, before your little announcement. His jaw tightened. You lived here under false pretenses. Mia grabbed my hand. Don't listen to him. I squeezed her fingers. It's okay. But it wasn't. Luke cleared his throat. Look, no offense, but maybe leaving is for the best. Less drama for everyone. I glared at him. You're loving this. I'm just saying what Dad won't, he replied. Mom turned to him. Luke, stop talking. He shrugged again, smug. I went back to my room and began packing. My hands shook the whole time. Every shirt, every book, every photo felt heavier than it should. Mia sat on the bed, crying softly. This is wrong, she whispered. You shouldn't be the one leaving. It's not your fault, I said. But I don't want you gone, she said. I crouched in front of her. I'm not gone. I just can't stay here. She wiped her face. Where will you go? I'll figure something out. You can stay with me, Mom said from the doorway, voice trembling. Dad barked from the hall. He's not staying here. Mom flinched. Richard? No, he said. He leaves tonight. She tried to argue, but he walked off, leaving her shaking. I zipped my bag. Mom, I can't deal with both of you fighting. She stepped forward, tears falling. I never wanted this. Then why didn't you stop it? She broke again, unable to answer. I carried my bag to the living room. Dad blocked the door like a guard. So this is it? I asked. This is honesty, he said. No, this is cruelty, I replied. He didn't react. Aunt Joanne rushed in from outside. Richard, I told you to calm down. I'm calm, he said. He's the one making a scene. I'm not making a scene, I said. I'm leaving because you told me to. Good, he said. Mom sobbed behind him. Please don't walk out like this. I looked at her. How else am I supposed to walk out? She reached for me again, but I stepped back. I wasn't ready for her touch. Not after everything. Mia hugged me like she was holding onto a lifeline. Text me when you get there, she murmured. I will, I said again. Aunt Joanne whispered, you can stay at my place. Before I could answer, headlights flashed across the driveway. A car door slammed. Kyle jogged up the walkway. Dude, he said, staring at my bag. What happened? Dad answered for me. He's leaving. Kyle stepped between us. Because you kicked him out? On Christmas. Dad glared at him. This is family business. Kyle nodded toward me. Yeah, and I'm his family too. Let's go. I walked past Dad without another word. He didn't try to stop me. Mom cried my name. Mia sobbed harder. Luke smirked. Aunt Joanne cursed under her breath. And Dad stood there cold as stone. I didn't look back. When the door closed behind me, it felt like my entire life shut with it. Kyle didn't say a word until we pulled into his apartment lot. The second the car stopped, he turned to me. Okay, start talking. What the hell happened? I rubbed my face. My dad told everyone I'm not his son. At the Christmas table, Kyle blinked. You're kidding. I wish I was. He leaned back. And he kicked you out tonight? Yep. That man is unbelievable, he muttered. Come inside. You're not sleeping in a car. I followed him upstairs. His place was small but warm. He tossed me a blanket. Sit, breathe, and explain. I sat down, still shaking. He took a DNA test months ago. Never told me. Tonight he stood up and said I wasn't his kid. My mom didn't deny it. Kyle whistled. That's insane. I don't even know who I am now, I said. You're Evan, he replied. The guy who's been my best friend since middle school. Nothing changed. It feels like everything did, I whispered. Kyle sat beside me. Did your mom talk to you after? Not really. She cried. That's all. Why didn't she tell you sooner? I don't know, I said. Maybe she hoped the truth would stay hidden. Kyle shook his head. Secrets always explode. I stared at the blanket. I need answers. Then call her, he said. Right now. I hesitated. What if she lies again? Then you'll know exactly who she is. I took a deep breath and dialed. Mom picked up immediately. Evan, thank God, where are you? At Kyle's, I said. I need you to tell me the truth this time. She sniffed. I will. I promise. Who is my real father? I asked silence, Mom. He was someone I knew during a rough time in our marriage. She whispered. Your dad. Richard was working late, gone for weeks. I felt lonely. So you cheated? Yes, she choked out. Once. Only once. I clenched my fist. Did he know? Not at first. But 10 years ago, he found a message from that man. He confronted me. 10 years. I repeated. And he never said anything to me? I beg him not to, she said. I told him it would destroy our family. And he just waited until Christmas to blow me up in front of everyone. I didn't know he would do that, she said. I laughed bitterly. You didn't know a lot of things, apparently. Evan, please. I cut her off. Why didn't you tell me yourself? I deserve the truth. I was afraid you'd hate me, she whispered. I don't hate you, I said. I'm just hurt. Another silence. I want to talk in person, I said. Yes, of course. Anytime. Not at the house, I added. Somewhere else. Okay, just text me, she said softly. I hung up and dropped the phone. Kyle watched me. Well, she cheated. Dad found out years ago. They kept it from me. He waited until tonight to use it as a weapon. Kyle swore under his breath. That explains so much. Like what? I asked. He always treated you different, Kyle said. Like he liked being harder on you. Yeah, I said. Now I know why. Kyle leaned forward. What are you going to do? I need to know everything, I said. I'm done being in the dark. Good, he replied. Start with your mom, then talk to someone who knows the law. I frowned. Why law? Because your dad's behavior wasn't normal. Public humiliation? Throwing you out? There have to be lines he crossed. I sighed. I can't deal with that right now. You don't have to, he said. Just keep it in mind. I nodded. Thanks for letting me stay. Don't thank me, he said. Your family. The word hit hard. Funny. That's exactly what I don't have anymore. Kyle nudged me. You have me. And Mia sounds like she's on your side. She tried, I said. She really did. Your mom still cares too. I stared at the floor. Yeah, but caring doesn't fix what she hid. Kyle didn't argue. He just sat with me. After a minute, my phone buzzed. A text from Mia. Are you safe? I typed back, yeah. At Kyle's. She sent. I'm sorry for Dad. He's falling apart and taking everyone with him. That I frowned. What do you mean? She replied. He's been angry for months. Mom said he was waiting for the right moment. I hate him for doing this to you. I stared at the message. Waiting for the right moment, I repeated aloud. Kyle sighed. He planned it. Of course he did, I said. Another message arrived from Mia. Luke thinks it's funny. Mom's a mess. Aunt Joanne is furious. Kyle raised an eyebrow. Aunt Joanne might be a good ally. I don't need allies, I said. I need the truth. And you'll get it, he said. One step at a time. I leaned back, exhausted. I just want my life to make sense again. Kyle put a hand on my shoulder. It will, but not if you stay silent. I nodded slowly. Tomorrow. I talk to Mom tomorrow. And after that, he asked. I looked out the window at the falling snow. After that, I figure out who I really am. The next morning, Kyle drove me to work even though I barely slept. My whole body felt heavy, like my mind needed a restart. I didn't know how to perform. When we pulled up, he looked at me and said, "Call me if anything goes wrong." "I'll be fine," I lied. "You suck at lying," he said. Yeah, I sighed. Apparently that runs in the family, except I'm not actually part of it. He winced. "Evan, just go inside. Try to breathe." I walked into the store, trying to keep my head down, but my manager, Tom, caught sight of me instantly. "There he is," Tom said. "Come to my office." Now, I followed him, confused. "What's going on?" He shut the door. "Your father called me last night." A cold rush hit my stomach. "He what?" Tom folded his arms. "He said you were unstable, emotional, and likely to cause trouble at work." "He said what?" I shouted. "Calm down," Tom said. "I don't know the details, but he insisted I keep an eye on you." I rubbed my face. I didn't do anything wrong. He also mentioned a paternity issue. Tom added that I froze. He had no right. Tom sighed. "Maybe he didn't, but he made it sound like you were hiding something big, and hiding things isn't good for a workplace." "That's my personal life," I said. "Maybe," he said, "but you've been distracted for weeks." I had reasons. I snapped. "Reasons don't change performance," he replied. "I'm sorry, Evan. I have to let you go." I stared at him in disbelief. "You're firing me because of him?" "I'm letting you go because the store can't afford drama." I laughed once bitter. "And I'm a drama?" Tom didn't answer. I grabbed my things and walked out. Emily from the front counter saw me leaving. "Hey, why you have your bag? Did something happen?" "Tom fired me," I said. "What? What? Because my dad can't mind his own life?" I muttered. Emily hurried after me outside. "Evan, wait, talk to me. What happened?" I leaned against the wall, exhausted. "My dad told everyone last night I'm not his son. Then he calls my boss and says I'm unstable." Her jaw dropped. "He exposed your private life to your employer?" "Yes. That's not just wrong," she said. "That's illegal." I blinked. "Illegal? How?" She shrugged slightly. "My cousin went through something similar. Boss shared personal health info, and HR burned him alive for it. What your dad did, that sounds like defamation or, I don't know, but something." I shook my head. "I don't have the money to fight anything." Emily crossed her arms. "Then talk to someone who knows the law. At least find out what options you have. And tell them what." I muttered. "My dad hates me and wants to ruin my life?" "That sounds pathetic." "It sounds like the truth," she said. "And pretending it's not happening won't make it stop." I stared at the ground. I just wanted a normal life. Emily placed a gentle hand on my arm. "You still can, but not if you keep letting him take things from you." Her words stung because they were true. My phone buzzed. "Mom again." I sighed. "I should probably talk to her in person. Do you want me to go with you?" Emily asked. "No," I said. "I need to face her alone." "Then promise me one thing," she said. "Don't let them break you." I forced a weak smile. "No promises." I walked to a bench and finally called Mom. She answered instantly. "Evan, please come meet me. I'm at the cafe on Baker Street." "I'm on my way," I said. When I got there, she was already crying. "I'm so sorry," she said. "I never wanted this." "Then why didn't you stop it?" I asked. "I tried," she whispered. "I begged him not to tell you like that. But you still kept everything from me," I said. 10 years, Mom. 10. She gripped her cup. "I was trying to protect the family." "By lying to me?" I asked. "By letting him treat me like I was a stranger inside my own house." She closed her eyes. "I know I failed you." "No," I said. "You betrayed me." She winced like the word hit physically. "Evan, I regret everything about that night." "It's not just that night," I cut in. "It's everything that followed. And now he's calling my workplace? Trying to ruin what little I have left." Mom gasped. "He did what?" "He got me fired." "Oh my God," she whispered. "I didn't know he'd go this far." "He went as far as he wanted," I said, "because no one stopped him." Mom reached across the table. "Please don't give up on us." I pulled my hand back. "I'm not giving up. I'm stepping out." She tried to speak again, but I stood. "I can't stay here. Not today." As I walked out, my phone buzzed. A voicemail from an unknown number. When I listened, a calm male voice said, "Hello, this is Attorney Marcus Hale. I received a message saying you're seeking legal guidance regarding a personal and employment matter. Call me back when you can." I blinked. I didn't contact a lawyer. Kyle texted at that moment. "I found someone who can help. Talk to him." I stared at the phone. Maybe this was the first step toward getting my life back. I called Marcus the moment I stepped outside the cafe. My hand shook, but I pressed the phone to my ear anyway. He answered on the second ring. "This is Marcus Hale." "This is Evan," I said. "My friend told you about what happened." "Yes," he replied. "I'd like to hear it directly from you. Start wherever you need." I took a breath. "My dad announced at Christmas dinner that I'm not his biological son. He had taken a DNA test months earlier. He humiliated me in front of my whole family, threw me out that same night, and then called my boss to say I was unstable. I got fired." Marcus didn't react, which somehow made me more nervous. "Did he mention the paternity issue during that call?" "Yes. That's a violation of your privacy," Marcus said. "And if he misrepresented your behavior, that could be defamation. So, I have a case." "Possibly," he said, "but I need details. Can you come to my office tomorrow?" "Yeah," I said. "I'll be there." When I hung up, I let out a long breath. Emily texted me. "Did you talk to someone?" I replied, "Yeah, meeting tomorrow." She sent a thumbs up emoji and a heart. I wasn't sure what the heart meant, but I didn't have the energy to think about it. When I returned to Kyle's apartment, he met me at the door. "So, what did he say?" "He wants to meet," I said. "Thinks I might have a case." Kyle nodded. "Good. You deserve justice for what your dad did." I dropped on a couch. Justice feels strange, like I'm doing something wrong. "You're not," Kyle said firmly. He crossed lines. You're responding. I rubbed my eyes. I just want my life back. You'll get it, Kyle said. One piece at a time. The next day, I walked into Marcus's office. He shook my hand and motioned for me to sit. Tell me everything from the beginning. Don't leave anything out. I explained everything. Christmas dinner, the DNA test, Luke's smirk, Mom's silence, the boxes being kicked out, losing my job. Marcus listened carefully. That's enough for legal action, he said. But before we talk next steps, I want to ask something. What do you want out of this? I swallowed. I wanted to understand he can't just destroy me. I want my life to stop collapsing because of him. That's achievable, Marcus replied. For now, gather evidence. Messages, voicemails, anything he said to your employer. I can do that, I said. As I stood to leave, he added, Evan, you didn't deserve what happened. Don't let shame convince you otherwise. Thanks, I whispered and walked out. Outside the office, my phone buzzed. It was Mia. Can you talk? It's urgent. I called her immediately. Mia? What's wrong? She sounded shaky. Dad's losing it. He's yelling nonstop. Mom's crying all day. And Luke said he's glad you're gone. I sighed. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Don't apologize. This isn't your fault, she said. Dad keeps blaming Mom for everything. He keeps saying you ruined Christmas. I didn't ruin anything, I said. He chose to do that. I know, she said. I miss you. I miss you too. Will you ever come back? She asked quietly. I don't know, I admitted. Not until I feel safe. She sniffed. I understand. We hung up, and I stared at the sky. I felt guilty, but also relieved. For once, the house wasn't swallowing me whole. Later that day, Emily met me outside a small bakery. You look tired, she said. I feel tired, I replied. Tell me what the lawyer said. He thinks I have a case. That's amazing, she said. Finally, something good. Maybe, I said. It still feels heavy. She touched my arm gently. Healing is heavy. I looked at her. Emily thinks. Really? You don't have to thank me, she said. I just want you to be okay. We walked for a while until we reached a park bench. I sat down, staring at the frozen pond. She asked softly, Do you hate them? I thought for a moment. I don't know. I'm angry, hurt, betrayed. But hate? I don't know if I have room for that. Hate takes energy, she said. You need that energy for yourself right now. I nodded. Kyle said the same thing. Smart guy, she said with a smile. Just then, my phone rang again. Mom, did I answer? Yeah. Evan, she said, breathless. Your father just got a call from his company. They're investigating him. For what? I asked. I don't know, she said. Something about previous complaints. I leaned back. So karma's on overtime. Please don't say that, she whispered. It's true, I said. He hurt me. Now, things are hitting back. She cried softly. I never wanted this. Then you should have stopped him, I said. Can we meet again? She asked. Not yet, I replied. I'm not ready. When we hung up, Emily looked at me. You okay? I don't know, I said. But maybe the universe isn't done with him yet. She sat beside me. What about you? Are you done with him? I thought about it. I think. I'm just beginning. Kyle called then. Dude, Mia texted me. Your dad's boss showed up at the house. Something serious is going down. I exhaled slowly. Yeah, this is the start. Emily looked at me carefully. And what are you going to do now? I answered softly. I'm going to take my life back. And I'm not stopping. When the court day finally came, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. Marcus noticed the moment we walked toward the doors. Breathe, he said. You're not here to fight alone. I'm with you. I know, I said, but my dad, he's going to twist everything. That's why we have evidence, Marcus replied. Let him talk. He'll bury himself. Inside the courtroom, I saw Mom and Mia sitting behind my seat. Mom whispered, Evan, we're here for you. Mia squeezed my shoulder. You've got this. Then the doors opened again, and Dad walked in like he owned the place. Luke followed him with a smug grin. Dad refused to even look at me. Luke muttered, Hope you enjoyed your 15 minutes. Dad's going to crush you. I stared straight ahead. We'll see. The judge entered, and everyone stood. My heart pounded as the session began. Marcus addressed the judge first. Your Honor, my client was publicly humiliated, wrongfully fired, due to defamation and subjected to psychological harm through intentional actions by his father. Dad scoffed loudly. He's exaggerating. He's always dramatic. The judge looked at him sharply. Sir, you will speak only when addressed. Dad muttered something under his breath. Luke smirked again. Marcus continued. We will show clear evidence of misconduct, invasion of privacy, and emotional abuse. Dad interrupted. This is ridiculous. He's lying to make himself look like a victim. I stood. I'm not lying. Dad glared at me. Sit down. Don't embarrass yourself further. The judge snapped. Sir, that's enough. Marcus nodded toward me. Tell the court what happened. My voice trembled, but I spoke. My father stood up at Christmas dinner and announced I wasn't his biological son. He did it in front of my entire family. He packed my things without asking and threw me out before midnight. Then he called my boss and said I was unstable. Dad yelled, because you are unstable. Gasps filled the room. Mom covered her mouth. Mia whispered, Dad, stop. The judge banged the gavel. Sir, one more outburst and you will be removed. Dad gritted his teeth but stayed silent. Marcus lifted a sheet of paper. Your Honor, here is the email from the employer confirming the call. Dad shouted. It was a private discussion. Marcus replied calmly. You revealed protected personal information. That is not private. That is misconduct. Luke leaned forward. Dad was just being honest. Evan needed discipline. Marcus raised an eyebrow. Discipline? For what? Existing. Luke opened his mouth to answer, but Marcus cut him off. Actually, let's discuss your involvement. He handed the judge a document. Your Honor, we also have a written statement from a family witness who observed the hostile environment directed at my client. Luke stiffened. Who wrote that? Aunt Joanne stood up in the back. I did. Luke sank back down. Dad glared at her. Traitor, Joanne replied. Truth isn't betrayal. Marcus tapped his folder. Now, Your Honor, we present the most critical evidence. He played the recording. Dad's voice echoed through the courtroom. If he wants to act like a problem, I'll make sure everyone knows he's not even mine. Mom burst into tears. Mia whispered, Oh my God. Luke snatched Dad's arm. Dad, what were you thinking? Dad shouted, He wasn't mine. The judge glared. Sir, be quiet. Dad shook with anger. I'm done pretending. I raised someone else's kid while he pointed at Mom, lied to me for years. Mom sobbed harder. Richard, please stop. He ignored her. He was never mine. Never. His voice cracked on the last word. The entire room went silent that I felt something inside me shift. It hurt, a deep, sharp hurt, but also loosened a chain I didn't realize I was still carrying. Hearing him say it publicly shattered something, but it also freed me. Marcus turned to the judge. Your Honor, this behavior speaks for itself. Dad breathed heavily. He's trying to ruin my life. I looked at him. You ruined mine first. He froze at that. The judge cleared her throat. I have heard enough. She reviewed the files for a long moment, then said, The father's actions constitute willful emotional harm, defamation, and violation of privacy. The court rules in favor of the plaintiff. Mom gasped. Mia smiled through tears. Luke looked stunned. Dad shook his head. This isn't fair. The judge replied, Fairness left when you decided humiliation was parenting. Dad sank into his seat, defeated. Marcus leaned toward me. You did it. I didn't do anything, I whispered. He did it to himself. Mom approached me carefully. Evan, I'm so sorry. I nodded. I know. Mia hugged me tightly. I'm proud of you. I closed my eyes, breathing in the moment. For the first time, I felt the balance shift. My dad's voice no longer held power over me, that I finally had mine. When the courtroom emptied, I stayed seated for a long moment, trying to breathe. Marcus touched my shoulder. You did well. I don't feel like I did anything, I said. You stood up to him. That matters, he replied. Mom and Mia waited by the hallway. Mom's eyes were swollen. Evan, can we talk? Talk, I said, not fix. Just talk. She nodded. I'll take whatever you can give. Mia hugged me. You're free now. I whispered, yeah, I think I finally am. Outside, the cold air felt different, less heavy, more real. Kyle ran up the steps. Dude, tell me everything. Did you win? I nodded. Yeah, the judge ruled in my favor. Kyle fist pumped. Good. About time someone held him accountable. Emily walked up next. How do you feel? I stared at the sky. Strangely calm. She smiled softly. That's new. Yeah, I said. New is good. The next few weeks felt like walking out a long, dark tunnel. I got a new job at a warehouse. Nothing special, but honest work. Kyle helped me move into a tiny apartment. He tossed a pillow on the couch and said, Your kingdom, sir. My very small kingdom, I said. Size doesn't matter, he replied. Freedom does. I laughed for the first time in days. You sound like a motivational poster. I'm charging you for wisdom, he said. Later that night, Emily helped me unpack. She held up an old photo I nearly threw away. This one, you look happy here. I don't know if that version of me existed, I said. He did, she replied. He still does. I swallowed. Emily, thank you. For everything. You don't owe me thanks, she said. I just didn't want you to drown. I was drowning, I said quietly. She stepped closer. And you swam out. I didn't know what to say, so I just smiled. A week later, Mom called again. Evan, can we meet? Just once. I hesitated. Okay, but no drama. No drama, she promised. We met at the same cafe. Mom looked smaller somehow. I've been going to therapy, she said. I'm trying to understand myself. That's good. I replied. She reached for her cup. I know I broke your trust. I know I can't undo it. You can't, I said gently. I just want you to know, I love you, no matter what anyone says. I looked at her carefully. I believe you love me. I just don't know how close I can let you be right now. She nodded, tears forming. I understand. I'm not cutting you out, I added. I'm just taking space. That's fair, she whispered. I'll wait. Before leaving, she said, Your father, he lost his job. I inhaled slowly. I figured something was coming. Do you hate him? She asked. I don't know, I said. I'm done chasing how he feels. I'm focusing on me now. She nodded again. I'm proud of you. When I left the cafe, I felt a strange peace. Not forgiveness, not closure, but something quieter, distance. A clean line between who I was and who I was becoming. A few days later, I sat in the courthouse again, signing documents to legally change my last name. The clerk asked, Are you sure? Yes, I said. I'm sure. She stamped the form. Congratulations. You're officially Evan Hale. Marcus grinned when I told him. Using my name now? It felt right, I admitted. A reminder of someone who stood up for me. You stood up for yourself, he corrected. Maybe he was right. Maybe for the first time, I really had. That night, I invited Kyle and Emily to my apartment. Kyle raised a soda can. To Evan Hale, the man, the myth, the legal disaster. I groaned. Please don't make that my title. Emily laughed. Too late. It's perfect. I looked around my small apartment, at the people who stayed when everything else fell apart. Thanks for being here, I said. We're not going anywhere, Kyle replied. Emily added, You're building a new life. We're just witnessing it. I looked at her. A new name, a new place, maybe a new beginning. She smiled. Definitely a new beginning. Later, when they left, I stood alone in my living room. My living room. My name. My space. My future MY phone buzzed. Another message from Mia. I'm proud of you, big brother, that I texted back. I'm proud of you too. I leaned against the window and watched the streetlights blur softly in the night. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't afraid of tomorrow. I whispered to myself, I'm living for me now. And for once it felt true.